In a move that has sent shockwaves through Nigeria, a French court has ordered the seizure of 3 presidential jets. The aircraft, parked in France, are at the center of a legal battle between the Ogun State Government in Nigeria and a Chinese company, Zhongshan Industrial Investment. This dispute stems from a 2016 contract for a free trade zone in Ogun State, a project intended to attract foreign investment and boost the Nigerian economy. The origins of this international standoff lie in a signed agreement between the Ogun State Government and Zhongshan Industrial Investment. This contract, inked in 2016, outlined the terms for the development of a free trade zone within Ogun State. However, the project was later halted and the contract revoked by the Nigerian government. This cancellation ignited a fierce legal battle, with both sides accusing the other of breaching the agreement. Zhongshan Industrial Investment claims that the Nigerian government's decision to revoke the contract constituted a breach of their agreement. They argue that this action resulted in substantial financial losses for their company. To recoup these alleged losses, the Chinese firm sought arbitration, ultimately winning a $70 million award against Nigeria. The recent seizure of the Nigerian presidential jets is a direct result of this arbitration award. Zhongshan Industrial Investment, leveraging the French court's decision, aims to recover the funds they claim they are owed. This aggressive tactic has put the Nigerian government on the defensive, forcing them to fight to regain control of their seized assets. The Ogun State Government has vehemently denounced the seizure of the Nigerian presidential jets, alleging that Zhongshan Industrial Investment employed deceptive tactics to secure the court order in France. They claimed that the Chinese company misrepresented crucial information to the court, painting a misleading picture of the contract dispute and its surrounding circumstances. Ogun State officials argue that Zhongshan Industrial Investment deliberately concealed essential facts from the French court. These omissions, they contend, were a calculated strategy to mislead the court and obtain a favorable ruling. The Ogun State Government believes that a transparent presentation of the facts would have resulted in a different outcome. Central to Ogun State's allegations is the assertion that Zhongshan Industrial Investment misrepresented the nature of the contract and its connection to the Nigerian federal government. They argue that the Chinese company falsely implied that the contract was with the federal government, not the Ogun State Government. This mischaracterization, they believe, was instrumental in persuading the French court to order the seizure of national assets. Furthermore, Ogun State alleges that Zhongshan Industrial Investment has a history of employing similar tactics in other countries. They point to this pattern of behavior as evidence of a broader strategy to exploit legal systems for financial gain. Ogun State is determined to expose what they believe to be a calculated scheme to defraud the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government has launched a vigorous legal defense against the seizure of its presidential jets, framing the issue as an infringement on its national sovereignty. Their legal team argues that the French court overstepped its jurisdiction by ordering the seizure of assets belonging to a sovereign nation. At the heart of Nigeria's legal challenge is the principle of state immunity. This principle, a cornerstone of international law, shields sovereign states from being sued in foreign courts without their consent. Nigeria argues that the French court's decision to seize their assets directly contradicts this principle. Furthermore, the Nigerian government asserts that the contract dispute with Zhongshan Industrial Investment is a commercial matter that should be resolved through established international arbitration mechanisms. They maintain that resorting to the seizure of sovereign assets is a disproportionate and unacceptable response to a commercial disagreement. The Nigerian government is confident that their legal arguments will prevail in the international courts. They are determined to overturn the seizure order and set a precedent that protects the sovereignty of nations from similar actions in the future. Section 4. The shadow of doubt impact on Nigeria's international standing. The seizure of Nigeria's presidential jets has cast a long shadow over the nation's international reputation, raising concerns about its ability to uphold contracts and attract foreign investment. The incident has fueled perceptions of instability and risk, potentially deterring future business partnerships. International observers are closely monitoring the situation, analyzing Nigeria's response to this legal challenge. The outcome of this case could have a ripple effect, influencing how the international community perceives Nigeria's commitment to the rule of law and its ability to protect foreign investments. The Nigerian government faces the daunting task of reassuring its international partners and restoring confidence in its business environment. They must demonstrate a commitment to transparency, accountability, and the fair resolution of disputes. Addressing the underlying issues that led to this situation is crucial for rebuilding trust. Moreover, the incident has sparked internal debate within Nigeria about the government's handling of the initial contract and the subsequent legal challenges. Critics argue that greater transparency and due diligence could have prevented this situation. This episode serves as a stark reminder of the importance of strong governance and its impact on a nation's global standing. Section 5. A call for justice. Ogun State's fight for a fair resolution. The Ogun State Government remains steadfast in its commitment to reclaiming the seized Nigerian presidential jets and holding Zhongshan Industrial Investment accountable for what it views as unjust and deceptive business practices. They are actively pursuing all legal avenues to achieve a fair resolution to this dispute. At the forefront of Ogun State's strategy is a multi-pronged legal approach. They are challenging the French court's seizure order, appealing to international tribunals, and exploring legal actions against Zhongshan Industrial Investment in other jurisdictions. Their goal is to exhaust all legal options to protect Nigeria's interests. Beyond legal action, Ogun State is engaging in a strategic public relations campaign to present its side of the story to the international community. They are actively communicating with international media outlets, highlighting what they believe are the inconsistencies in Zhongshan Industrial Investment's claims and the procedural irregularities in the French court's decision. The Ogun State Government is determined to fight for a just outcome, not only to reclaim the seized assets, but also to send a clear message that Nigeria will not tolerate attempts to exploit its legal system or damage its reputation. Their resolute stance reflects a commitment to upholding the rule of law and protecting the interests of its citizens.